Hello, hello. Welcome back again to the podcast. I just noticed I have worn this same sweater like the last 3 or 4 times, not like consecutively, but the last few times I've recorded a podcast, I've had this sweater on. So, shout out to this sweater. It's actually my warmest sweater, so that's probably why I've been wearing it so much lately. It has been so cold. And your girl likes winter. I like the snow. But when I go outside for 5 minutes and my face starts to hurt, that's a little much for me. But it's okay. Honestly, it makes me appreciate so much, when the warmer weather does come and when the summer's here. And I never bitch when it's hot out. I mean, maybe to myself a little bit, but I'm just like, ooh, because you can be outside at least. I mean, come on. I mean, it does get crazy when it's really humid here. Anyways, I love the seasons. I love living in a place that has seasons. I love it. Love, love, love it. Anywho, there was a couple important things I thought would be really good to touch on for this week, just with the timing and everything, because one, Neptune is officially in Aries, and two, we are still shedding. You're the snake. I have my snake earrings on. Oh, I didn't like my little snake candle. Whoopsies. Next time. But we're still shedding. It's very apparent to me now, just like being more in tune with myself and honestly like nature and everything else. The new year does not start in January. I'm not gonna go down that rabbit hole today. But for me personally, like my truth, and like at the end of the day, I was thinking about this when I was thinking about what to talk about. I usually kind of not like meditate in a sense where I'm like super still. It's more of like I was just like getting ready and like, okay, what's dropping in? Like, what do people need to hear? And, oh my gosh, I don't know where I was going with that. Well, like the calendar. So like, oh, like your truth. So at the end of the day, everything, like whatever you resonate, like whatever your truth is, like, I mean, you'll feel it in your core. And as far as the calendar goes, I mean, long story short, we know the calendar as it is today was created. So it's like the Gregorian calendar, and like time was basically put in a box almost, if it makes any sense. Because really, I mean, it makes sense in my head that there would be 13 months. I think it's like 28 days of 13 months, and it would like actually, like the moon cycle would be kind of like the same. But then when there's something with like how the sun shifts, and yeah, this is like really like you can really dive deep into this stuff. Like there would have to be an extra day. And that's what leap year is. So like they have to throw that extra day in the calendar because to keep the seasons how they are basically. And like the northern, hemisphere having winter in December, January, February, yada, yada, yada. Anyway, but like in my body, like I personally feel like that newness and that renewal energy more towards, honestly, you start to feel it in February and March, the spring equinox. Some people really resonate with like starting, there's so many different ways. So like some people, and this, I love looking and learning about what other people do, but like, I mean, some people start their year like with the zodiac calendar. And I mean, yes, we're all living on like we have to with our society and blah, blah, blah. Like we're living in the same calendar. Like this podcast is coming out on January 27th, blah, blah, blah. But like that like newness energy really comes to them in Aries season, like they're starting with the zodiac calendar, and that's like spring energy. Or you can, have some people that really resonate with, like the spring equinox. That's when I'm really starting to feel that new energy for me. And I mean, like, I even personally start to feel it like towards February, because it's like, oh my gosh, I feel like we've gotten out of these dark, long nights. The days are definitely getting longer, and that happens after winter solstice, which is something to look forward to. Like, our days are continually getting, and I can totally tell. It's like after my dogs eat dinner, it's not dark. I don't have to use a flashlight if I take them out right after they eat now, which is nice. And so feeling that more in February, and that kind of it does coincide with like the lunar Chinese New Year. And I personally don't know a whole lot about that. Like, I can't quote anything. Oh, that was ew. But I've been kind of fascinated with like I don't know, like the Chinese I Ching, like, and like kind of like Asian influences on different spiritual things and ideas and rituals and things like that. Um, that's what, like, when you hear, like, when I said earlier, like, we're still shedding the snake. So the 2025 lunar year was like the year of the snake. And there are different like animal totems in the Chinese zodiac, I believe. I'm sorry if that's wrong, but I was like, I believe that's right. And I remember looking at this when I was little. When I was like younger. It'd be in my magazines. The Chinese zodiac runs on a 12-year animal cycle, which is paired with the elements, creating a 60-year full cycle. And the elements are so fascinating to me because that's where you get into feng shui. And feng shui is so fascinating to me because like how your house is set up is so important. And then my muggle job as a realtor really loves houses. I mean, like, oh, it just, the mystical just comes around and everything, right? So, the 12 zodiac animals. So, rat, ox, tiger, rabbit, dragon, snake, horse, goat, monkey, rooster dog, pig, because we just got done with the year of the snake. And then we come into, and then then they add the elements. So it's like don't quote me, I think wood snake maybe, but I know it's a fire horse. Like, it's fucking like woo 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 woo. What? Oh, it was wood snake. I was correct. February 17th is, I believe, the date that it officially starts. Oh yeah, so my Chinese zodiac monkey. That took a long time to get there, but I remember looking at that in like Cosmo or Glamour or some sort of magazine that I would read, and I was like, oh, that's interesting. People born in the year of the water monkey, so any 1992, like January 1993, clever, quick-witted, creative, can't talk, adaptable, communicative, curious, and energetic with an intuitive sensitivity. Fuck yeah. Often good problem solvers and socially charismatic. Oh, I love that. Okay. I mean, that's kind of fun. Actually, that is kind of fun to look at if you wanted to look it up for yourself too. But anyway, this snake energy. Okay, I guess we're going into that first. I do want to touch on Neptune because that's a huge thing too. And astrology has been fucking on point in my life lately, and I can't deny it. I can't. So moving from the year of the snake and like shedding, and then I think it's interesting, again, we've kind of talked about this numerologically, it was a year 9 as well. So I just feel like, just really cleaning house. Things, people, places, jobs, whatever is no longer serving you for your highest good. It's gonna go. And if you like mentally know, like, something needs to go and you don't act on it, I know the universe, God, source, is going to eventually take it out of your life. And that sounds kind of eerie and weird, but like, you don't grow if you don't, kind of accept some of those things. And it also just starts to kind of like beat you on the head. It's almost like somebody's hitting you with a baseball bat and like, okay, we've been giving you signs. You know, you you know. Now you just have to be brave. You have to be brave and trust. You have to be brave and trust. And we know you can do that. So it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay in the long run. And so I want you to just think about that in the next couple weeks still, like right now. We're still kind of hibernating a little bit. We're still just taking a deep breath, and we're still, shedding. What else do you need to shed still? Honestly, please think about the question. If you don't have time right now, great one to maybe journal on, thinking about, the different areas in your life, or maybe a better way to even pinpoint it is just like, what are you necessarily not really happy with right now? Like, what changes or improvements could you make? Because, it doesn't necessarily mean a person or a job, because like those can be major changes, but it could mean maybe your routine, maybe how you start your morning. Like start your morning a little slower. Maybe it's the stuff in your house. And maybe it's time to, let go of things that just don't resonate with you anymore. And I think we have a hard time sometimes with gifts, like things we have gotten from other people. I know there's been a lot of stuff that like I have held on to because someone had gifted it to me. And yes, it was great, meant a lot at some point, but maybe it doesn't as much anymore. Like you've kind of just like grown out of that identity. And it's okay to donate that, or whatever it is, maybe regift it, maybe it's a book, maybe you can regift it, you know what I mean? Or whatever you need to do. But I know that's a big thing, like especially when I have been going through stuff like crazy, just like the past couple years. I said this the last week or the week before sometime, but yeah, I buy diapers in bulk, so I take that box and I'm just like, okay, what do I like? I'm looking at my office, probably needs a good sweep again. Like I'm looking around. Oh yeah, because I found this container under my bed, and it's just been there, and I haven't touched it in years, and it's just got like random crap from lots of different points in my life, and an old computer, which my daughter's like, I want that. And I'm like, oh, I don't know if that dinosaur is gonna work, honey. But anyways, I took it. I was like, okay, I can use this tote for toy storage and get it from under the bed. I took everything out of it. I got rid of most of it, and I have a pile actually right over there of stuff still from that box that I need to go through. Because, there are some things that honestly, it's cool to keep and hold on to if you're sentimental with that. And if it's not providing you that joy or anything, it's okay to move along. And when you get rid of things, you make room for more stuff in your life. Like you're not going to manifest new things in your life if you are hoarding things and keeping things. It's like your schedule too. If you fill up your schedule, you're not leaving any room for, God, source to be like, oh my gosh, let's plop this in there. Let's make this happen, or XYZ. Less is more, friends. Less is more. So, yeah, on that note, I feel like this is the best time of the year, especially, if you're in the Northern Hemisphere, then it's negative freaking 14 degrees outside. Good time to go through stuff in your house. Anyways, so we're shedding all sorts of different things here. And then moving into that energy of the horse, just, a horse is so, like, to me, I think they are like, so, I mean, I think of strong, and they're just like interesting creatures, like interesting creatures. I'm going to be completely honest. I'm slightly nervous around them. And you don't want, like, you don't want to be nervous because you don't want the horse to be nervous either. But, well, because I'm like, if this horse gets pissed and kicks me, like, I'm going to break some bones or something. I don't know why my head goes to that. It must be some past life trauma or something. But I rode a horse actually last October when I was in Tennessee. And this is a funny story. I don't know if I've told this on the podcast, but we get to the place or whatever, and they had us like line up. So I'm with the other girlies I'm with. So there's like 5 of us and another group of people, and we are all on this like balcony type thing. And they're bringing the horses over. They're kind of seeing like, basically they're kind of like, the guys like kind of looking you up and down, like kind of just guessing probably your weight and like what horse would be good for you to ride or whatever. And so he looks at our group and he goes, which one of you is the sassiest? Or I don't know if that's exact. Oh, I wish I remembered exactly what he said, or like the most like, he didn't say bitchy, but he was like, maybe it was sassy or something along the lines of that. And they all laughed and looked at me. And I was like, come on, guys. I was like, well, okay, yes, fine. I'll do it, because the horse that he gave to me, she actually can't be. So a lot of the times, like, you'll, kind of like when you're in the saddle, you're kind of kick your legs in a little bit to like get him to go. And he's like, yeah, you can't do that or she's gonna bite your toes. And I'm like, oh. Her name was Clover. She was a good girl. So I literally had to like, I had to take the reins and kind of like whip her neck, which it sounds terrible, but honestly, like, it's not like I was doing it that hard. It would feel like doing it to myself, like just like a little like tap, just like, how you would get them going with your feet, but with the reins. She'd get a little, be like, I'm not gonna go right now. And I'm like, come on, girl, we gotta go, Clover. And then the guy in charge, like the guy leading the set, Clover, you good girl. They just like loved her. She was their favorite horse. And I was like, oh. But like riding out, it was on a trail, but I don't remember the last time I rode a horse like that. I was probably little, and somebody was like, it was probably for a very short period of time. I've never ridden like that. And I was so nervous when we'd get to like these really steep ledges. And I swear the trail was like this just like tiny path. And I was like, oh my God, if this horse just like tips over right now and we fall off, this is not going to be good. That didn't happen. I was fine. I was like, it's going to be fine. I'm fine. Everything's fine. This is great. It's fun. It was really fun. And it was really, you just kind of like surrendered a little bit to the horse, because like she was in control. I would tell her, come on, we need to go. But ultimately she was in control, and that, it was kind of a good lesson too. But I had so much, like, it was a good experience. I had so much fun. I'm so glad we did that. So like this energy of the horse that we're bringing in this year, and it's fire. I feel like it's like Aries, like some of these planets are in Aries and they're fire signs, and like all kinds of shit's gonna pop off. Like all kinds of shit. And like in our world, it's like, oh my gosh, things are so fucked up. And honestly, things will have to burn down. Not literally, but things are going to have to end in order for other things to take place, because we are on an ascension path. I think more people are having spiritual awakenings, and more people are realizing, maybe the way we've been doing things is not great. So I don't know, it'll be interesting. I am on the belief, wholehearted belief that there's so many more good people in the world than not. And I truly believe that. And I think the more good people that wake up, realize their power and realize, they can make changes. Maybe it's on a little smaller level. Maybe it's just with their family. Maybe it's on a community level. Maybe it's on a state level. Maybe they're making changes elsewhere. I mean, I like the more people in their power and in their purpose, just way better for us as a whole. I truly, truly believe that. So, and I think it kind of ties in with Neptune as well. So, like that horse energy is really, you know, we're taking things by the reins now, and we're moving. We're done. We've shedded what we need to, and it's time to take some action, which is very Aries energy as well. And Neptune is not the only planet in Aries. Saturn is in Aries. And I don't remember how long. I'm sorry, I should have looked that up. But this portion at least, Georgia and I talk about it on the podcast a couple episodes ago with all the transits going on. And I think it's super helpful. It's actually a very good episode to listen to for 2026. I'm so fascinated by the Neptune and Aries move because, it's going to be so crazy to see what happens. The Neptune and Pisces era was like such escapism. Okay, I do want, just so like you can kind of think about your own life too when we're talking about this, but whatever house that Pisces is in your natal chart, that's what Neptune was passing through from about 2011 to January 26, 2026. That's what year it is, right? It's weird to say. So till yesterday, if you're listening to this the day it comes out, but very recently, that's a long time. Those outer planets, it takes, obviously, Neptune, Pluto, those are revolutionary. Those are generational planets, especially. Saturn. Saturn's a little closer, but like Neptune and Pluto are the farthest out. And that's why everyone's like, oh my God, Pluto's moving into Aquarius. But yeah, that's a big, that's a big shift on a collective level. And the same goes with Neptune and Aries. And looking at where Neptune has been in your life, and just following along with what I'm about to say, what house it lands in. For me personally, it's been my fourth house, like home and things like that. So, coming into Aries and it's just like, I feel cardinal energy. It's a cardinal sign. It's actually the first cardinal sign. So it's first. It's not just first, it's first. Aries energy is fire. It is just kind of getting shit done. It's just like Pisces, Neptune and Pisces was just like such escapism and such like I don't even want to be here. And it was the rise of, like cell phones and binging TV shows, reality TV, just kind of like disconnecting from yourself. And when you take a look at that on the other side, it's like, oh my gosh, that makes so much sense. Like when Georgia and I were talking about it, and she was the one that brought up the cell phones to me, and I was like, holy shit. And I have been personally, I have wanted like kind of less to do with my cell phone, which is hard given the nature of like the career paths I am currently on. But in my head, I was thinking today, I was like, oh, well, I can use my phone. It's good to connect with people, but then also obviously for work, in your career, using it, but not so much using it at home. Almost just like or, actually enjoying and living experiences rather than having your phones out all the time. I thought about this the other day when people record videos at concerts on their cell phones. When the fuck do you ever watch those? It just cracks me up. I'm just like, okay, I'm very much now like, if I ever go to a concert, which concerts kind of give me a lot of anxiety. There's just a lot going on. But if I ever go to one again, which I will, I mean, obviously, but it's just like, I'm going to be in the moment and enjoy. Maybe I take a picture. Maybe I do take a short little video of my favorite song. I don't know. But I remember I used to do that too. I would take like long videos. And when do I watch them? I mean, I have before every once in a while, but not really. It's just like, and not that, I mean, the escapism is maybe rewatching those all the time on your phone. But just like living in the present. The other thing I wanted to touch on with phones is like, I personally deleted TikTok, and Snapchat at the end of the year last year. Because at the end of the day, I was like, well, Snapchat is just wasting tons of space on my phone. And the thing about that with me was like, it was so hard at first, not even because like the people on there, because of all the videos and stuff I've had of my kids. And sometimes I have friends that send me like memories and stuff, and those are always fun. But at the end of the day, I was like, okay, I lived that. I experienced it. My children have way too many photos of themselves anyway. Like, my son doesn't need 4,500 pictures of when he was 2. He really doesn't at the end of the day. So I was kind of thinking about that. I was like, okay, it's going to be okay. And the funny thing about that is, so I told like my brothers and one of my best friends that I deleted Snapchat because those were probably the people I talked to the most. And nobody else fucking noticed. I deleted it. I had one friend reach out a couple weeks later and I was like, yeah, I deleted it like 2 weeks ago. But that's the funny part. So like, do the conversations on there matter? No. No. And it's just like, okay, I'm so past the escapism. Like I want to have like real, genuine human connection. And it's like kind of just like tiring living your life through your phone. And like with Snapchat, it was just like, oh my gosh, let me take a picture of what I'm doing so I can show it to you and blah, blah, blah. Anyways, the downside, it was an easy way to share pictures or videos of the kids to their family and friends. So, I mean, that's the only downside, but a text will have to work, or, they could just hang out with them. So that's fair too. But yeah, getting those apps off my phone have been really nice. And honestly, like the only social media, Instagram, Pinterest, yeah, that's about it these days. And Facebook, but fun fact, I don't have the Facebook app on my phone. I don't, because I don't want to sit on my phone and look at that shit. I don't care. Facebook is probably the most annoying of them all anyway, because everyone's got their opinion when they're behind their screen or on their cell phone. This has gone off tangent. Anyways, I digress. Neptune and Aries. It's going to bring a lot of change. That escapism that we have felt over the past however many years, what is that, 15-ish, that's going to change. And it's going to more be geared towards like actually taking action on things. Like who are you becoming? Like you're running more out of life. You are actually initiating some things to better yourself, to learn more, to start, again, take action, start doing instead of dreaming. That dreamy Neptune energy is coming into that sign. So I it almost gives like to me personally, like almost like a little give and pull too, because it's like Aries is very, and Neptune is very a little bit Neptune. So Neptune rules Pisces too. So I thought that was an interesting transition as well for it to come out of that sign and really just start new. So it'll be good. Just remember that, everything is happening for your greater good. Even if it doesn't make sense right now, just holding that gratitude, that trust in the present moment, and it's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. Just some big moves happening in the collective and probably in your own personal life, which is good. Let's see what this next chapter brings us. I'm very excited. So I hope you are too. Thank you so much for listening today. If you have a chance, please share this if it resonated with you. Otherwise, rate the podcast. That means the world to me. And we will see you next week.